Hello everyone. With all these reports of midges and a second wave of midges ruining the camping for a lot of people, I thought, where can I go for a night after my dinner, 7, half 7, somewhere relatively local, and in theory there shouldn't be any midges. Well, I've decided to choose Whiteley Wind Farm on the south side of Glasgow. And I'm going to take a wee recce up to the high point, to one of the viewpoints, see how it goes midgie wise, and if there's a good wind and the weather holds, I'll probably just stay overnight and come back down tomorrow. It'll be a good wee chance to try out the Six Moons Design Lunar Solo tent. So let's see how we get on. So we're en route and I'm going to try and head probably in the direction of the horizon over there to the high point. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but there is a viewpoint with a wee orientation table, and I'm going to try and head up towards that area with the hope that that wind will be enough to keep the midges away and afford me a nice view over Glasgow. That really is a lot of windmills wherever you look. I call them windmills, it's probably the wrong term for it, but I reckon even within the horizon of where I am I can count over 100, which is fairly good going. One of the nice wee features about this area now is they've got custom mountain bike trails. So although you can ride on the fire trails, which are okay but they're a bit dull, they have single track as well, so which is just off to my right here, and an excellent couple of wee circuits to be done in there as well. Well, I'm about 15 minutes in, which is about halfway to my point where I'm thinking about camping. And it just occurred to me that I haven't brought my earplugs, and if you have a listen in the background, you'll hear a lot of knocking noises coming off the bearings and the dodgy workings of these wind machines, for want of a better description. Anyway, we'll head on up. The wind's got up a wee bit, which is great, so the midges are not biting quite so ferociously, but anyway, we'll see what it's like when we get another 100 or so feet up. The other thing I've forgotten is water, so I'm going to try and have to find a wee stream somewhere and top up so as I can make some tea and whatnot when I get up, the tent up. The only thing is I walked past the river earlier on, but actually there's a loch down there which looks great, but it's one hell of a boggy walk down to it, so I'm just hoping I pass some water just somewhere in the next 15 minutes and I can top up. Well, remember the wee spot where I used to mountain bike, and I can hear a stream in here and amongst the grass, but it might be a bit tough to try and fill up the bottle, but we'll give it a go. Well, that's worked. Managed to get about half a litre of water in there. That should do me for tea tonight. One of the good things about just doing a wee overnight like this is you've had your dinner, you don't need to carry that weight, you can always get breakfast when you get back, and with a 600 gram tent and using the walking poles I've got already, then the rucksack feels great, really light. If only it was like this all the time. You can just see the lights of the visitor centre where I parked and started. That was about 20 minutes ago. It's probably a good 2 miles away or so. Looking quite distant now, a wee bit more peaceful around here. It's really getting quite dark now. I don't know if you can see this, but this is me just heading into the high point to the wee monument and the wee orientation table. Really hard to see now, I guess. You can see the lights are now showing up more than anything else in the distance. So just as it was getting dark, a shower came on and it kind of put the pressure on to get the tent up, so I can only hope I've chosen a reasonable position. That set up didn't take too long, a wee bit of a faff with the rain and the wind, but it seems to be quite stable now, so we'll see how it goes. I've got a nice wee view looking over towards the lights of Glasgow, and I don't know if you can see up there, but the approach of aircraft coming in towards Prestwick. So certainly a bit of an unusual well camp, but it's actually a very nice view and it's quiet up here now, so it's good. I'm going to get the tea on. Right, that's everything ship shape, sleeping bags out, mats up, tea is on, tent is nicely pitched, Wind behind me, so the doors are facing away, which is what they tell you to do in the wee instruction sheet. And we're beginning to look a bit more comfy. Unfortunately, missing earplugs and earphones, which create a radio antenna. So radio's bombed out, but we'll see if we can get enough of a signal to stream a wee bit of TV. I know it's not very purist wild camping, but I do like my mod cons. So that's the tea made. I love this wee alcohol burner, it's so simple, but they're really good. I don't know if you can see that shadow in the way there, but it's excellent, really nice. You can pin back the front of the tent, so I've got a really nice view looking from the Clyde to my left, right across to the Fenwick Moors, and then north up towards the Campsies over the city, so it's a nice wee spot. Kind of weird having the whole viewpoint to myself. There's 3 benches to sit on, the 360-degree view, and not a soul to be seen. Just me and my tea. And some lights away in the distance looking down the Ayrshire coast. I don't know if this will show up on video, but I'll film it anyway, and if you see it, great. Over towards the Visitors Centre, the A77, and then north towards Glasgow, Kilpatrick Hills, Campsies, East Kilbride, a wee bit closer, and the creaking of the windmills, and that's it. Don't know if you can see this, but I actually just realised that the tent is very stealth. There's no reflective points on it other than a wee guy line that I added, which even that is probably hard to see without the camera, or with the camera I should say. So I left the viewpoint to come back to the tent and suddenly realised the reflection that I was following, or it was actually a sheep's eyes. Well, it's about 10 o'clock and the wind's certainly getting up as forecast, so it's going to be a damn good test of this little tent. We'll see how it goes. It makes quite a noise as the wind hurtles round it, and the actual wind farm, the wind turbines themselves, are really spinning pretty hard now. There's quite a lot of noise coming off them. The closest one's maybe about a quarter of a mile away, and I can hear it going like the clappers. Well, good morning everyone, 20 past 6. Time to get up. I've just put a brew on, I'm just going to get dressed. A great wee test of the tent during the night, I have to say. If you want to test a tent in the wind, choose a wind farm. By about 3 in the morning I decided the tent was going to collapse, and then managed to catch some sleep. But the noise from these wind turbines was pretty crazy. It's actually died down just now, it's not too bad, just a nice steady wind, but very gusty and strong during the night. Probably a couple of gusts near gale force. Amazingly mild, 6:30, and it must be high teens in terms of temperature, and that's what is it, early September. So certainly a really warm night. I had a little Lamina Mountain Hardware sleeping bag, hardly had to zip it up beyond the halfway mark. So it was really mild. My only concern was they said it might be thundery rain, so I thought, Christ, we don't need lightning, because I'm really sitting on a very exposed plateau at the top of the hill here. But yeah, touch wood. Give me half an hour and we'll bail out and we should be fine. Well, rain's on again. It's between 6:30 and 7, so it's time to get moving, I think. I'm just going to take the tent down. The rain's back on, so I'm going to have to be quick. And getting a wee bit kind of hazy and wet. So, time for a quick clear out. Back to the office. So there we go, folks. It is 10 to 7. If ever you need a midgie free camp, I recommend Whiteley Wind Farm. You'll get plenty of wind to keep the wee blighters away. So thanks again for watching, and until the next time, see you again.